Hello everyone, welcome to Conexión Español. Bienvenidos a Conexión Español. In this new video, we are talking about the personal pronouns, los pronombres personales in Spanish. We'll also talk about the verb llamarse, that's similar to be called. It's the verb that we use to say what our name is. We'll talk about the verb ser, that's to be. And we'll talk about a really important aspect of the pronunciation. So, enough introduction, let's go. I'd like to start with the pronunciation, and there's a reason why. In Spanish, there's this phenomenon called yeísmo. Because of this phenomenon, the pronunciation of these two letters, Y and double L, is the same in many Spanish-speaking countries, and the most neutral way to pronounce these two letters is pretty similar to the Y in yes. So, for example, yo, I, lluvia, rain. Why did I want to start with these two letters? Because I come from Uruguay. And in Uruguay and Argentina, there is this specific form of yeísmo, which is called yeísmo rehilado. And because of that, in other countries, these two letters are pronounced like for example, the SH in show. So we say show and lluvia. I would not recommend you to imitate my pronunciation, so before I started with the videos, I thought maybe I could soften my pronunciation and pronounce these two letters like the Y in yes, but then I thought that wouldn't be real. So I'm going to pronounce the way I pronounce, but I will always remember you that there's a more neutral pronunciation, and I will be unbearable with it. So that's what I wanted to say about the pronunciation. Now we talk about the personal pronouns. So, personal pronouns. There are many differences with English, so in the description you'll find a link to download a document with all this information. In Spanish there's a formal and an informal way to address people. That means that in the second person, both singular and plural, there are two pronouns, and there are feminine and masculine pronouns in many plural pronouns, so there are more pronouns than in English. So let's see them all. I, yo, you, informal, tú, you, formal, usted, he, él, she, ella. Now plural. We, nosotros, when we are only men or we are men and women. Nosotras, when we are only women. There's a whole discussion about this, but that's the rule. You plural. Vosotros, vosotras. Single. Vosotros, when you are only men or men and women. Vosotras, when you are only women. That's informal, and it's used only in Spain. You plural. Formal in Spain, ustedes. That's the only pronoun that is used in Latin America, both formal and informal. And they, ellos, when they are only men, or men and women. Ellas, when they are only women. Please don't forget the pronunciation. Yo, ella, ellas, ellos is more neutral. Now we are talking about the verb llamarse. All the verbs in Spanish finish with an R. The verbs that have this particle se at the end are reflexive verbs. That means that we are going to have to learn some more pronouns, the so-called reflexive pronouns. So we are going to see the conjugation of the verb llamarse. But before that, I will talk about the reflexive verbs. Are verbs whose action falls on the subject. That will be pretty easier to understand when we see the verbs that are used to describe the routine, for example. In this case, it doesn't make any sense I explained that in another video. So in this case, just learn it by heart and you'll understand it later. The fact that a verb is reflexive implies that another pronouns must be used. So before I introduce the pronouns, I will give you an example. If I want to say what my name is in Spanish, I can say mi nombre es Federico. And it is just like in English. Mi, my, nombre, name, es, is. But the most used way to say that in Spanish is yo me llamo Federico. And there's more to it. The conjugated verb in Spanish gives a lot of information about the tense, the person, and the number. That means that the personal pronouns in Spanish can be omitted. They are really frequently omitted. In fact, if you don't omit the personal pronoun, so if you name it, that has a subjective meaning. So the actual most frequent way to say what your name is in Spanish is me llamo Federico. Me llamo sounds muy neutral. So once again, the personal pronouns can be omitted, but the reflexive pronouns cannot. If you omit the reflexive pronoun, two things can happen. The meaning can change, or the phrase can make no sense. So, which are these pronouns? Yo, me, tú, te, usted, se, él, ella, se, nosotros, nos, vosotros, os, ustedes, se, ellos, ellas, se. So, the conjugation of this verb in present. Yo me llamo, tú te llamas, usted se llama, él, ella se llama, nosotros nos llamamos, vosotros os llamáis, ustedes se llaman, ellos, ellas se llaman. Again, pronunciation. Llamarse, llamamos, llamo, llamas sound more neutral. So, how do you ask for someone's name? I'll give you three options. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cómo es tu nombre? Or ¿Cómo te llamas tú? But the third one is the most frequently used one. So that's why it's really important to learn this verb. So now we are going to see the conjugation of the verb ser in present. Is really irregular in Spanish. So here we go. Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él, ella es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, ustedes son, ellos, ellas son, ellos, ellas, yo. This verb is used in Spanish for many things, just like the verb to be in English. The first one that we'll soon see is how to use this verb to express where you're from. And we have seen its use in ¿Cuál es tu nombre? That's asked with the verb ser. So we have seen pronunciation, verbo llamarse, verbo ser. So a couple of words and we're done with this video. Name, nombre or nombre de pila. Surname, apellido, apellido, sounds more neutral. And if you're asked for your nombre completo, that means nombre más apellido. So yes, I think that's it. In the next video we will see how to ask someone's age, how to say your age. We'll have to see the numbers for that. And the verb tener, that's to have. So I hope this video was useful. Thanks for watching. Hasta el próximo video. Chao.